And I
jumped
down to
the center
of the
earth.
There's no
Center.
but there is Welcome to Lash podcast,
where we talk about entertainment, business, gossip,
alternative lifestyle, unsolicited advice, and hot trends.
with your hosts Anna and Chris.
So today we are talking about the future.
And I have a question for Christina.
Yes.
If human cloning was legalized, would you like to meet the other you?
Human cloning?
Yeah.
Yes.
How did that feel?
So when you say human cloning, meaning like full with its own mind and everything, right?
Well, yeah.
Or like sort of
Actually-
a robotic kinda?
No.
No.
Actually,
Actually like that?
living.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Imagine if you meet her
Yes.
and you see whatever you have,
The qualities, yeah. Some of
even
them.
outside or inside, yeah?
Or like the other side of myself.
Yeah, because you don't know sometimes. Maybe the clone takes out something different than you.
Yes.
Because sometimes...
Maybe
let's
the
say-
real you, let's say.
Yes,
kind of,
exactly.
yeah.
Or if you see the one you crave to take out.
Yes. And then you're suppressing it,
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice, actually. So imagine, for example,
Yeah.
this other self of yours,
Yeah,
you don't know that it exists.
yeah.
So it's somewhere in the world, for example, and then you travel to go to them, her,
Yeah.
yeah, and then you meet and you, first of all, you see exactly what you look like, first of all,
Yes.
and how you act and all that, and then wouldn't that be annoying, kind of? Because then if you see the other side of yourself,
Yeah.
the one that you don't like, let's say, or something,
Yeah.
that one you're suppressing already, then that would be a bit of like frustrating, like, why are you
Exactly.
doing this, you know?
Yeah. Well, basically, the one you had inside is not necessarily the bad thing, no?
Not a bad thing, but maybe like,
It's gonna be odd.
yes,
It's like because Christina, for example, is
Yeah.
a certain way.
Yeah.
And then you see Christina and it's not Christina.
yes,
Something like that.
yes, exactly. But it is Christina, so then even if you do like something like a good, or like, let's say even if you do something good, for example, like it's gonna be like, how are you, for example, so confident to just be
Yeah.
open about it? Let's say you wanna, I don't know, travel the world, for example, and then you find your other self
She's
doing
doing-
that exactly,
Yeah.
as a profession, you know? Like, why are you doing this?
And she's earning money as well.
Yes,
And she's
so it's
doing
being like,
success,
you know, like, yeah, in a very good position, yeah. Wow.
Would you be jealous? Like,
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
so you'd
Yeah,
be annoyed,
definitely.
yeah?
Yeah.
But imagine...
Annoyed because you're jealous, kind of.
Yes, that's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you like to see that? Like, think about it. Would you like to see the inner you succeeding in another plane? Like, let's say. Like
No.
the fears you have,
No.
the hesitations you have,
Let
the
me
way
tell
you
you.
cannot talk and you want to talk.
Let me tell you. If I see this, then I'm not going to be able to do it myself, right?
I don't know.
Why not? If I know someone like that exists, I'll be like, okay, I'm just going to let it go. I'm not going to try as hard. But maybe if it's me as a whole,
Yeah.
then I'm going to be like, okay, I got to do this and just get out of my...
Comfort.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and do this. What about you?
I would like to meet her because there are many things I don't like about myself. There are many things I didn't do as I wanted to do them. Or let's say I have some fears
Yeah.
that didn't let me do stuff. Or self-worth problems,
Yes.
you know. And I would like to see what she's gonna do. And maybe take from her. Because you know sometimes when you see from the other people and you learn from them,
Yeah.
let's say, I wouldn't be like, no, this is not... okay, first of all, I wouldn't say this is Anna. So I would see her as Anna,
Yeah.
but probably is another personality,
Yeah.
which I recognize somehow, yes? But I cannot take it out.
Yeah.
So probably I would learn from her. To be more daring, probably. But imagine if you meet the other side of you, which is the opposite, which means not the one you have, not
Yeah.
the one you suppress,
Yeah.
but to be a weaker person, let's say. In your eyes is weaker.
Yeah. That will make you like a stronger as well. Because you would see the weaknesses
probably.
and you do the exact opposite.
So for example, I will learn both ways, either with the successful
Yeah.
or with the
Or imagine if you have two clones.
one like that, one like that.
Yeah. So you are like the main one, and then the good side and the bad side, let's say.
Yes.
Kind of like the good side and the bad side, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, you would
Yeah.
learn from yourself, let's say.
A lot more, yeah.
Do you know about this conspiracy theory that celebrities are cloned? So the ones you were seeing 10 years ago, they're not the same.
Oh, who are they? What do you mean?
All of the big ones. Because they don't, somehow they say they don't look the same, or they don't sound the same anymore, or it's not the same vibe as before.
Do you mean like Britney Spears kind of thing?
Yeah.
When they tried to, supposedly she was dead, and then they tried to make it seem that she wasn't dead, but then everyone saw that there is something wrong with her.
Yeah.
So for a few weeks or months, there was this thing that every time like she uploaded a picture or a video on social media, she looked very weird.
Exactly.
Like a bit like it wasn't herself. Or the other, Meghan. They showed some pictures when she was with Harry, and she was next to him, but she looked like a doll.
Ah.
Yes. So it was like her hair was like perfectly straight,
Oh
and
my
like
God.
she was wearing a wig, and her face was like you couldn't see all this. For example, this blush, for example, that you have on your cheeks or any kind of color. It was like completely white and like some like eyes that didn't look normal.
Yeah.
And then she made like kind of like this movement, and it was really robotic.
Oh my gosh.
It was really odd. I don't know if there was like. If there was AI generated or something, but they said there was something wrong with her.
So do you believe like there are celebrities that are being cloned, or let's say whatever happens? I don't know.
I think they have tried
Yeah.
doing it, but
I've heard that because of the celebrity hype,
yeah,
they cannot cope as well. So if they want to withdraw in their lives,
Yeah.
they put someone else out there to continue their legacy, let's say.
maybe. But then how is it gonna be that person, for example, 100% the same?
That's the thing, because if it's a clone,
If you're a singer, for example, then how can you?
sing the same.
Yeah,
There are sometimes some incidents that the singers don't sound the same after some time. But
yeah, maybe.
that's what sparked the conspiracy, let's say. But if it's a clone, means it has the same characteristics as you, so it's gonna sing the same. Maybe probably not exactly the same, but
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know if technology is so advanced that you can make someone like.
We don't know nothing what
We
happens,
don't. Yeah,
so we cannot exclude it.
yeah.
But we don't know. We cannot include it. Let's say.
Well, all I know is that Elon Musk said AI is gonna be far more dangerous than we thought.
No, that's different.
So
Yes.
there is hints that something is happening,
Yeah.
but then we don't know about them.
Yeah. Imagine if they do robots and they look, as you said, they look like humans. Doesn't have to be cloning necessarily.
I for sure a robot is probably impossible, and I say probably because there is also always this 1% chance that probably impossible that it's gonna be 100% like a human because it doesn't actually have a brain, you know. But
Yeah, that's kind of scary, you know?
yeah,
Okay, so I have a similar question to the one we are talking now.
yeah.
If in the future they found a way to make us robotic,
Oh,
would you agree?
you
Like
just remind
yourself, let's say, yeah.
you reminded me the Divergent movie now. You know when they inject something on you, like inside, like your arm,
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
example, and then they try to make you take commands. Let's say,
Yeah.
make you obey, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Something
I
like-
think it's possible. Yeah, and I think the world is moving towards a more robotic kind of era.
Yeah.
I would say,
Yeah.
like you already do what other people or the government say to you.
Yes.
You know, when they told you, for example, during COVID-19,
Oh,
you
yeah.
cannot pay with cash. Did you have any other choice but to pay with card? Yeah. So you're already going towards that direction.
Yeah.
When they tell you, for example, okay, I'm going to increase the rent, can you say no? Of course not.
No.
Otherwise, you're going to the streets.
Of course.
So you're going, let's say, with a mass. When you're waiting for the bus stop in the morning, and they tell you the bus is coming in 2 minutes, you cannot make it come in 10.
Yes, of course.
You cannot make it, for example, come just now.
Of course.
You're gonna have to wait, and everyone is waiting. So you're already kind of, if you think about it, and let's say go from a third point of view. But I mean, third point of view, like imagine you have the Earth, and you see it from above. You see literally few little humans going all together, like mass, like a whole mass going towards that direction.
Yeah.
When you go in the underground, for example, everyone's gonna go in the same time, in the same way.
Yeah.
You cannot change that. So you're already moving towards that direction, and it's happening so slowly that you cannot realize that it's happening. I think this is what's gonna happen. And you're, as I said, you're already robotic, kind of. Because imagine also the medicine, for example.
Yeah.
When you go to the hospital with, let's say you have something, and you go to the hospital, they're not trying, at least majority of them, they're not trying to find what problem you have necessarily. What they're doing to you is you have a headache, get a painkiller. Instead of going to the root of the problem and trying to see what's wrong with you, actually.
Yeah.
So isn't that like, not robotic necessarily, but it's something chemical that of course is going to alter your brain and your body, maybe not in a substantial degree, like it's not going to be like immediate effect or something, you know, but in the long run, after a few generations, people are going to get used to taking painkillers, for example. So you never know, maybe in like 100 years or 200 years you cannot take a painkiller and just take away your headache. Maybe you're immune to it after some point, especially if previous generations continue taking painkillers.
Yeah. Imagine even if they put something in the painkillers and you don't know it.
Exactly.
But it's so little, but that by time it evolves.
Exactly, that's the point, by generation.
Yeah.
Or like all the birth controls, for example.
Yeah.
I don't know. First of all, I don't agree with birth control at all.
Yeah.
I think is a really silly move to do because you're naturally born like that as a woman. So why are you trying to alter it for no right reason or not like a good reason? Unless you have a problem and you have to take birth control, there's no point changing that. So I think so many young, for example, women nowadays, they take birth control. So how do you know, for example, that their child is not going to take some consequence, let's say side effects that the mother is already having, you know? So you never know. Maybe in the future, women, at least not as many, are not going to be able to have children anymore.
Because of that.
Because of that, yeah.
The other thing is, usually with the birth control or whatever they take, you're messing up with your cycle.
Hormones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
menstrual
everything.
cycle, hormones, everything.
Exactly, yeah.
So basically, the woman becomes, let's say,
a robot.
Yes, as a robot.
Yes, exactly. You could say that, yeah.
So it's not like normal thing to do, to change your, not say DNA, but your biology, let's say.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's the problem with that. So I think we're already moving towards that because we're trying to find solutions for not apparent reason.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to move towards like a more robotic kind of lifestyle?
Of course, it's already here.
Yeah.
Especially with the AI.
Yeah.
Which lately, for example, the technology has jumped.
Yeah, to the next
quick,
level.
Yeah. So in like 5 years, I'm telling you, it's going to be something different. If you ask me 20 years ago, I tell you 5 years, it's going to be the same, yes? But now, in 3 years or in 5 years, it's going to be something totally different.
Yeah.
So it's not weird that we're going to that direction. If it's already happened, it happened and we don't know it. We suspect about it. So, but not that I like it necessarily.
No. Yeah, true.
But the other thing is, I hope I don't live that much so I can see the consequence.
What about if they tell you, because your initial question was like, if we move towards a more advanced
robotic kind
robotic kind of world, exactly. What if I tell you, for example, that they have found this pill or medicine or call it whatever you like that makes you live longer? Because this is something really controversial, and I'm saying this because who wouldn't want to live longer, for example? Not necessarily, for example, like 100 years or 200 years or live forever or something, but a few extra years. Let's say most of the people, they live up to 80 years old. Let's say you want to live up to 100, 110 years old, for example.
No, what you want to say is, if we have a thing to make the disease not take us earlier.
Yes,
because most of the people, they get sick very early now.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's say, put it a little bit further.
Yeah, exactly.
But as before many years ago, let's say, people were dying earlier, like 40s,
a lot,
45.
Yes, true.
Now it's been 80. Yes, but soon it's gonna be 100 something, let's say.
Yeah, but that's because of, let's say, how we have evolved as humans.
Yeah.
But let's say if we bring something artificial to the plate and be like, okay, you can take this and then live longer.
Yes, but then that's what we say. We're gonna be robotic, let's say. Not gonna be the human nature.
So you want to accept this or not?
No, I'm not.
No.
No, I
okay,
don't.
Good. So either everything or nothing.
Yeah.
Or
No,
nothing,
I'm
yeah.
okay with what I am. And I'm not going to live like 5 years longer because when you're 90 or 100, what can you do?
Let's say healthy, you're like good enough to
True, but
still be like, oh, let me have like a few extra years to do this and that, for example.
But it's not about that. The point, as you say now, you should do whatever you want to do
During
in your life,
your
yes,
period,
earlier.
yeah.
But not just because you have something to compensate the years you lost or the
Yeah.
memories you lost, whatever, and just live another 5 years and you're gonna do everything. It doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
Or 10 years, doesn't matter.
One that makes us make humans a bit more
Selfish.
No, selfish, but for example, like an 80-year-old person has had so many experiences in his life or her life that they know so many things, and the reason why they are not basically they're not physically or mentally strong anymore to keep doing stuff. But I think if like an 80-year-old person with all of this experience from from the years before was able to do things, they would take over. That would be dangerous,
But in that sense, let's say, if you live longer, then you're gonna have to work longer, and you retire later. So it's kind of the same thing, no?
True.
Because let's say, as the life expectancy is longer, then the system of the society works accordingly.
Yeah.
So anyways, you're gonna have to work because you have to work until you are cannot anymore. So now it's like 60, 65, but then it's gonna be 75, 80.
Yeah,
so
you
it's
never
gonna
know.
go back to the same.
Yeah, true. But then the more years you got, the more dangerous you become as a person.
Imagine though, but I'm thinking if you say that, for example, maybe you're not gonna be in. If they want to make something longer, they're gonna delay the process from the beginning, you know what I mean?
Yes. So basically take more years, for example, to study or finish your studies and stuff like that. So then you delay.
Not even that, but your brain develops slower. So you can get there.
Yes, so it's kind of like the same. Yeah, of course. Yeah, makes sense actually, yeah.
For example, if you are 20 years old and you know 10,000 things, let's say, now you're gonna be 30 years old and you know the same things as 20 years old.
Yeah, true, makes sense, yeah.
Unless we're gonna be genius and we, I don't know, make this, put this geniusness in work. I don't know.
I think when we reach to that point, the world is not gonna exist anymore.
Yeah.
I think there's always
self-destruct.
Yes. Yeah. There's always a balance in nature. So I think whatever happens, I don't think it will ever go completely off limits.
Yeah. Maybe they will take advantage from some stuff, from some people, whatever. Yeah. But then it's gonna, as you say now, AI is dangerous.
Yeah.
So in that sense, whatever happens in that evolution, let's say, is gonna be even more dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or out of limits sometimes. Yeah. So.
Oh well, we'll see what's happening, or at least in our lifespan. Yes. Okay.
In that sense that we're talking about, let's say, and all this discussion about going to another planet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically what you say, for example, what we say now, AI will help us probably go to another planet eventually. And I don't know, maybe we need some better wisdom to go to that planet, no?
Yeah.
So as we evolve...
I think we don't possess it yet.
Yeah, as we evolve, exactly. To go there, first of all, need some wisdom. Yeah. And second, to live there and do whatever you have to do there, you need another kind of wisdom, let's say. Or intelligence.
Exactly. And I think because, for example, if you want to go to another planet, obviously it's not going to be like Earth, like oxygen, water, the same as it is here. So, of course, you're going to have to wear probably like a suit to be able to breathe there. So the lifestyle is going to be completely different to the point where it might take a few millions years to adapt.
Exactly.
And if... it's possible even because yes, we can live there, but it's gonna be a struggle. Yeah. Only, for example, if there is something completely wrong with Earth, that's when we're gonna be forced to go somewhere else. Yeah. But for now, I think they do it for fun, or they say it for fun. They try to make it look as a fun thing. Yeah. But actually living there 24/7 in another planet,
like building your society, let's say.
Exactly, in the circumstances and the idea that they gave us is going to be. It seems exciting, but once you live there, it's not gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like hell, I think.
And at least until they make it substantially livable.
Yeah.
Let's say.
Yeah.
If they could, but with the technology, because as you said, there's no atmosphere, there's nothing, so you have to be covered, or if there is has to be some system so you can breathe, do your stuff, not just be in danger of something happening all the time.
Exactly. So still technology, and can you really rely on technology in that case?
Yeah, but let's say in that time, maybe technology is not gonna be like today, like crash down the internet or the computer.
You don't
or whatever.
know, because there is always like a central button, let's say. So if you cut this off, that's it then.
That's true.
Of course, you can monitor 24/7, but sometimes the disaster will happen. And here, for example, if something happened on Earth, and we're talking about like really, like another thing right now, another theory in our minds. If something happens on Earth, you can live, you can survive.
Yeah.
You have food out there, you have animals, you have like good garden, you can live. This is how people used to live in the past, of course.
That's how we evolve as well.
Yeah, but no, I don't think technology is reliable.
Yeah.
I never liked it.
Me neither. But yeah, I would like to visit another planet.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was the time to live there. I don't know. Like to actually live, make family.
I think you're gonna have to pay to go to another planet.
Yeah.
Few hundreds. Millions, not even.
True, but at the beginning, yes. But
Yeah.
then if it's another, let's say, society, you don't have to pay that much, let's say, because then becomes less.
You want to live or to just visit?
No, visit, yes. But
okay.
to be like to live there, let's say, no, it's gonna take long, and I don't want to. But it's not gonna happen in my lifetime. So.
Yeah, not anytime soon, to be honest. I think. See you in like 10,000 years or something.
Yeah. If we come back.
Actually, imagine you say the year 9001.
Yes.
Wow. Or like 10,000.
Yes.
10,005. Woo.
Yeah, probably
That's
some
impressive.
future generations are gonna leave it.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
You think? You think we're gonna reach that far?
Well, we reached that far. Imagine how much history you learned.
Yeah.
So if you take the history and then you add another that many years that you know the history, then
Yeah, maybe. But there's a lot of things happening lately in the world that...
If the
You
world
don't
is
know
distracted, let's say, it's gonna start from zero again.
Yeah.
No?
Mm-hmm.
But then you need another million years to get to that point.
That is so impressive. Oh,
Yeah.
I love nature. Damn.
So let's go back to dinosaurs.
Yeah. T-Rex.
Okay, let's do the game now.
T-Rex, dinosaurs, they probably existed.
Oh, yeah, they existed. They have things.
No. Forget about the clues, the museums and all this kind of things.
Oh, yeah.
No. Forget about this. For sure, like for example, some animals nowadays, they're going extinct.
Yeah.
So what makes some people believe, some people don't believe in dinosaurs. You know?
Of course.
So for those who don't believe, my point is like, how do you know they did not exist when some animals nowadays they soon are gonna go extinct?
Well, of course. Yeah.
You know, so maybe they exist
Same way.
more things that we know. We don't know.
Bigger things.
Yeah.
Weird things. We just know those ones.
Exactly.
Now.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah. This is evolution. Let's say something dies, something comes up.
Yeah.
New, evolve. We evolve.
Yeah.
As we said, if we want to live in another planet, we're not gonna be the same way, because if you live in another planet and it's like 10,000 years later, 1 million years later, you're gonna look different.
Yeah. Actually, yes, because then, yeah, you're absolutely right.
So yeah.
Why they
Same
make,
thing.
for example, all those aliens with those big eyes and big brains, big heads, for example? You know, there's a reason for that.
Yeah. Is
Maybe
your environment?
Yes,
makes you.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
You don't know how your body shapes when you're in a different gravity. Let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's go to
Yes. Yay time.
Today we have the same game
Yes.
as last week, but with a little bit of twist.
A twist. Yes. So we're just gonna say one word, and I have to finish.
Yes,
it,
and we
basically.
have to make another story, and like
a story.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So our game is called.
Finish the sentence. My sentence. Yes. So you say one word and I say one word, and then we just have to make, let's say, the weirdest story possible, and go on from there. Okay.
So
Yes.
today
I
went
to
the
pub.
and
I
drank
wine.
with
Chips.
and
My
waitress
said
good morning
while
I
was
sleeping.
Because I wanted
Sleep.
one
Time.
fought
My.
dreams
Because.
I
Stopped.
dreaming.
And.
The
Weather.
wasn't
Raining. The weather wasn't raining.
but
It.
snowed.
Yes.
Once
Upon.
a time. Oh,
Doesn't matter,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
yes.
The elephant. Let's go with the words, yeah?
Yes.
The elephant.
Climbed the
Tree.
and stepped on a
Rock.
a rock, yeah, okay. He was
Very sad.
and very
Fat. Because.
he couldn't
Calm down.
the tiger
Saw him.
and went
To bite.
with one
Leg. And.
he jumped
Straight to.
his face. What? His face. I wanted to say something else.
Me too. His nose.
Was huge.
His teeth.
Were broken.
He cried. Water was.
Very warm
And dropped.
from the sky.
To wash out.
The dirt
On the earth.
I went
For a walk.
to dry my
Shoes.
and ended up
Coming back.
with wet
Shoes.
yes. It was really
Fun, but
very wet,
the shoes didn't dry.
and I threw them
And I went
to the dumpster.
to take them back.
However,
They were wet.
so I had to
Wash them.
with soap.
And water. The microphone.
It's black.
But it also
It's red.
now is on.
Now it's off.
Let's turn it on.
Before I
Turn it off. Recently, I stayed
on a bus,
as I was going
on a journey
to the center.
of the earth.
It was amazing.
A lot of
Creatures,
many butterflies.
stars were around.
And I
Jumped
down to
the center
of the
earth.
there's no
Center.
but there is
Then after I realized
there is no
earth. And And there is no center.
And there is no...
Center of the earth. Why did I go to the center of the earth?
I found...
The center.
Alright, so it's time for fact of the day.
Yes.
So today Anna is fishing something for us.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, because I don't remember as well.
Okay.
There's like a quote.
Okay.
But we can analyze it.
Okay,
probably.
a little bit, yeah.
I am a different person to different people.
Okay.
Unknowing to one, talented to another, quiet to few, but who am I to me?
I like this.
Yeah.
Because you have like different personalities depending on the other person.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you meet, for example, some of my friends, they're gonna tell you I behave in a different way with them.
Yeah.
And then they come, and then if they find out that I behave in a different way with them, they come and tell me, for example, why are you like that with them and not like that with them?
Yeah.
And that is weird, actually. But I think it depends on what personality the other person brings out of you, kind of.
Oh no.
What?
As well as what do you think they expect from you?
Aha, that's what you mean.
Yeah. For example, okay, I'm not saying to the people that you really, really know,
Okay.
like is your family or close, very
Yeah.
close. But imagine the people that are a bit further away.
Yeah.
Sometimes you think that they want you to behave certain way as you see them, and you have to align with them.
So
kinda,
yeah, you kind of get their vibe, let's say.
yes. It's not
Yeah,
even
so-
their vibe, but it's like you cannot be your real you. Yes. Let's say.
Because they expect. Yeah, true, because they expect something else.
It's not they expect, but you think that they expect something else from you, and then you build up there.
Yes, and then it's not the real you, let's say, in the end.
And in the end, if you want to change, you can't, because what's gonna happen is you changed.
Yeah, or the classic phrase. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one.
So you continue putting that face, let's say, for them, let's say.
Yeah.
Even sometimes for closer ones, you know.
Yeah. That's why sometimes you kind of click with people, but you don't necessarily click because you, as you said, you're putting something else out there.
I'm putting a show.
Yes, kind of.
Yeah. That's weird for the person that knows you very well to realize with different people you're different.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a little bit hurtful, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Because if one person expects you to do certain ways with him, I don't know, and then you do it probably naturally with another person, probably you force it with another person, doesn't matter what. They say, oh, I don't get to see this you.
Yeah.
And it's weird.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
But thing is also what the other person brings out of you, for example.
Oh yeah, true.
Because for some people, for example, you might feel like yourself, so you don't mind showing everything, all your personalities, let's say.
Yes,
You know?
exactly.
For some people, it's also like what you think they expect. So you kind of show, let's say, one side of you. You don't show everything.
Yeah.
But then as you said, for the real people, you show everything,
Yeah. Imagine when you're going to your work, for example, you're a different person.
Yeah.
You have to put that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so many times that I've worked in the past. It's so awkward, and it felt so fake sometimes. Because you know, of course, if you're working, you're gonna have to, especially for example, if you're working in customer service, you're gonna have to be all the time, let's say, a little bit kind,
presentable,
like extra smiley, extra kind, and all this kind of thing. So it comes out at the end of the day that it drains you to do this thing. So
you have to pretend every time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But no. But I've also noticed this in close friends, let's say, but different ones.
Yeah.
And some of them, they see something else, some of them, they see something else.
Yeah, true.
And then sometimes if they see us together, because we are all together, they see the difference.
Yeah. And I think when you're all together, you cannot act in that way. You're gonna have to change a little bit. Because if you act in a weird way with someone, and then a third person comes, you're gonna have to be in the middle.
Yes.
So be kind of like
that's
for
another
both
personality.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's weird.
That's weird, yes.
Yeah.
But we do it. I don't know why.
Yeah, well. Alright.
Thank you,
everyone,
for tuning in
to the Lash podcast.
That was it for today.
We upload a new episode every Tuesday.
We are also on Spotify and Google Podcasts.
And we will see you again next week with a brand new episode.
Be good. Bye-bye. Okay, lame.
Κλείστο λίγο.